Well, TaylorMade has released their all-new Tour Response golf balls. I've got some of them in front of me here. They're jam-packed with technology to help your game. I can't wait to try out these new golf balls. Okay, it's time now to learn all about the new Tour Response golf balls. Here's Bob with TaylorMade's Josh Dipert.
It has been a pretty good year in the ball story for TaylorMade, Josh, and let's start off by talking about that. Can you give us kind of some idea of how good a year it was?
Yeah. You know, we knew we had something special with the new 2024 TP5 and TP5x, and really we hear it from the customers, from the people that play it, but I think the top of the pyramid really showed it, right? We have the most wins we've ever had on tour. Nelly going for her run, Brooke Henderson, you know, and then just with Rory and Colin, their game, it was just amazing. It was cool to watch.
I like, as a fellow Canadian, you're mentioning Brooke Henderson.
I know,
You've got to throw that in there. That's great. So tell us, first of all, why do you think it was so good? What is it about the TP5 and TP5x that make it so good, or made it so good last year?
Yeah, I think it was kind of what we talked about at the beginning of the year, right? Is really on the TP5x, it is the fastest, longest ball we've ever made, right? People were seeing a half club longer with that ball, and then on the TP5, same kind of speed, but with the softest 5-layer ball we've ever had as well. So you really get that combination of speed, distance, and feel. It really kind of hit all the marks for everybody.
Okay. The story we're going to talk about a little bit this year is a little bit more on the Tour Response ball.
Yes.
Which I don't think gets enough attention that it should. But give me a little bit of a story about what's going on with that.
Yeah. So we're launching the new Tour Response this year. And really what it is taking a lot of the technology. We talked about this amazing year for 5 and 5X. We take a lot of those technologies and they get to trickle down to Tour Response. Tour Response gets them for free. So you talk about that's from core to cover, right? The core, they both have the speed wrap core. Again, what that allows us to do, have good sound and feel with high ball speeds. So we're able to make this the fastest Tour Response we ever have. We have the same kind of mantle layer, that high speed mantle, and we have a cast urethane cover. It also uses the exact same dimple that's on the TP5.
Okay, you mentioned something there, sound.
Yeah.
How important is that for a golf ball?
It really, you know, that's one of the biggest reasons when we talk about preference for people why they buy Tour Response. Sound ranks up in there. The sound and feel is 1, 2, you know, 1 or 2, 2, 1. It's right there at the top.
Okay, we've got a lot of visual technology going on this year as well. You've got a couple in your hand there. Why don't we walk through that a little bit and tell us what we got?
For sure. So, you know, we think the Tour Response is amazing from all those things I said: cast urethane, high ball speeds, amazing Tour Flight dimple. But what a lot of people know Tour Response for is the stripe, right? That took off like wildfire. That was a new machine we had to create. Nobody had created that before. So we had to create that machine to be able to print those balls the very first time. What happened is we got a lot of feedback from that. Most people loved it, but we said, hey, what could you change if you would? And there's a few things that stood out. One was, they said, some of the colors, I kind of lose my ball sometimes. If it gets in a rough, that green color, I kind of lose it. Other ones were like the quality of the print, it looks a little pixelated, and I'd like to be a little cleaner. So that's two of the things that we really worked on for the new stripe. So we have these high-vis kind of neon fluorescent colors, right? So you're going to see these, you're not going to lose them.
It looks like my marker kind of, right?
It does.
And that's
kind of a highlighter.
It's a story in itself, isn't it? How you got this? You had to mix it first and then paint it.
Yeah. So you had to get it right, and you think, hey, just change out the paint. It's not that hard, right? It really is, because not only the previous paint was done by mixing multiple colors in the jets. This has to create the color first, and then you put it on in a full, so you don't have that kind of pixelation. But with that, when we first did it, the durability wasn't the same. It wasn't sticking to the white paint, so we had to reformulate that multiple times to get that durability to be the same as it was before.
Okay, you've also got all sorts of other visual technology on golf balls, on different golf balls. Walk us through ink and some of the other things that you've got going.
Yeah, you know, we always think of the visual tech as such a driver to just get people to try out, you know, TaylorMade. We make amazing golf balls from 5X all the way down to SpeedSoft, but some of the visual tech stuff is a way to just draw people in. So just this year, right, we launched the clear stripe on the TP5 5X. That's another thing that was being asked for in our office. A lot of guys in the office are like, hey, why didn't you put a stripe on TP5X? For one reason, we couldn't. We didn't have enough machines. We had to build the machines to be able to print that kind of capacity. And with that, we decided, hey, this is a little more serious. We don't want to have that color. We just need those alignment lines, and we had amazing feedback. You go down to Tour Response with a stripe, and then we talk about SpeedSoft, right? the ink is just a cool new way of using equipment that we have to just draw people in and be a little more fun.
Is there a different market for each of these levels of balls, obviously, because I think price is a concern for
Yes.
some people.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure.
Walk us through that about
Yeah.
who fits where.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit of that, right? I think, and as you kind of move down to the lower price points, different things they're not gonna be able to tell like, hey, I need it to be 100 RPM, lower spin on my
Right.
5 iron or something like that. They're more driven by how does it look, maybe how does it feel. Feel is a really important aspect at that kind of level. So at the Speedsoft, feel is a big priority, right? It is a sub 50 compression golf ball. It feels amazing, and that was a big driver for that consumer.
So it seems like a lot of people should maybe, I want to say, lower their ego a little bit, but you can find a ball that's going to fit you.
Yeah.
Not everybody has to play TP5 and TP5x.
No, Tour Response is that kind of that ball, right? A softer feel, 70 compression, but really low spin on the driver and long iron, so you're gonna get that distance if you don't have those crazy Rory ball speed numbers, right?
And what are you working on now? Come on, give us a little hint of what's cooking.
Oh,
I know
man.
you can't, but
we got a lot of things, right? We start looking at things, 4 years in advance, trying to
Wow.
look at new dimple designs, new constructions, new materials. You kind of have to work on that stuff quite a ways out before you get to where we can launch it.
well, you've certainly made a lot of progress in a short time already, so best of luck for this year.
Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, to get your hands on these new TaylorMade Tour Response golf balls, check out TaylorMadeGolf.ca.